Ponikov's off on like a 3-flush straight board with middle pair, no blocker. It just like, he really felt like there were vibrations coming into his mustache. And it's the only, obviously he's a good poker player, but going into the Supernatural, I feel like he believes it, and he's playing as if it's true as well.
You know, I've heard things like walruses, cats, you know, other animals that are of the sort of whisker ilk do rely on it as kind of a sensory sort of thing. I've never heard of a human poker player, however, employing it.
It's scary when someone like Stevie finds an even bigger edge. Because he's already the best. He truly is so good at poker. And so if he's picking up these additional means of getting information, I don't know how we're going to win.
Listen, you're too young to have had the rabbit ears on top of a television set and search for the over-the-air signal. But if all of a sudden I'm in a pot and Stevie trains the tips of the mustache toward me, I got to tell you, I'm calling the floor.
I'm already scared.
It's just, I'm saying. A couple of jacks here for Moneymaker. Potential patronage in the form of ace-jack out of the big blind for Stevie. Whiskers look to be dormant for the time being. A few whiskers on.
Chris limps here.
Oh, did Stevie just announce all in?
Yeah.
Yes.
Over the limp.
He did.
Chris found the trap and got the money. I'm assuming this is going to be a call with pocket jacks.
I mean, he's the covering stack right now. Take the bounty into consideration. Coupled with, obviously, picking up a pay ladder.
He scares me, you know.
Unfortunate situation for Stevie. Ace-Jack is a phenomenal hand to go all in with, given that he had the 13-inch big blind stack.
No, by the way, Chris not at risk yet. He's the man.
Legend.
On his feet.
It's another tactic, right? You stand up, you win the pot more.
Sure, possibly. 3.3 million in the middle. 6-4-3. All is well. Still got to see two more. Turn. Doesn't help. And are the whiskers tingling? Can they find an ace on the river? That's what Stevie's going to need. No. It's a queen. Chidwick telling everybody to have fun. Something tells me they will. But they're going to be doing it without the mighty Stephen Chidwick.
He's a wonderful human to have at the poker table, and I'm so happy to see him go every time. Great person.
Yeah, right.
Absolutely.
It's nothing personal, but man, is he a lot to deal with.
Phenomenal human being, truly, in so many ways. Poker player, person. And when he leaves my poker table, I'm happy to see him go.
Right. $82,000 richer for the effort here today as he closes in on that staggering $20 million in career Triton earnings. But there will be no added title on his CV. Unclear how many bounties he'll be drawn. I'll be front and center for that one tomorrow during the dinner break of play, where everybody fortunate enough to have collected a bounty will be on hand to reach into the bin of destiny, see if they can pull somewhere between 40 and 400,000 million dollars. Truly a dream come true.
Math is not so easy
Her hair game was fire at that festival too. She had like the
So,
done-up hair. It was fantastic.
Oh yeah.
I believe there's a documentary about that on YouTube. I think ACR made it.
Yeah. Phil Nagy had been...
Which we can talk about because they are one of our sponsors, assuming
Sure.
we can plug the ACR brand here.
There was a camera crew following around all of the ACR pros and people who had made their way there to that event, courtesy of packages that were being won.
Note the flat with the 10-7 suited from the cutoff by Chris. This is
wild.
It's some spice. Danny has a fantastic shoving situation because Chris is going to be flatting so much wider than anyone else at this final table. So you're getting this added overlay, I think. Obviously, traps will still exist because of the bounty situation, but pocket eights feels like too strong of a hand to not go all in with.
Yeah, agreed. And so does Danny. I wonder what Daniel's going to
Rasty,
do.
are you doing the thing where you yawn in the middle of analysis again? Cut it out.
Sorry, buddy.
You need a mochaccino? You know, I've been peddling these
You know,
things. You
I
think
might
had
go
a kickback
alcohol
deal.
tonight.
Ooh.
I had a glass of wine at dinner. I might just back that
Ras,
up
that's
with
a
number
depressant. Let me get a little caffeine going. I'm telling you.
I'm okay with the tipsy wraps in the
I'm
booth.
the local street pharmacist. Gentlemen, keep it together for me. Danny jamming it, 1.3 plus. He's not under the influence of anything other than 2 red 8s and a sense that this is the spot.
I mean, listen, Daniel is getting a decent price here. What, he's got to call 1.4 to win 2.3?
No, he's got to call 1 point.
Oh, no, sorry, 1
Yeah.
point.
1.75.
Yeah, 1.1. So,
Yeah.
yeah, it's sorry. Yeah, better than 2 to 1.
I think he's just sketched out by Chris's flat call. It feels really weird.
We just got done saying he's flatting really wide, though.
I agree, but
Yeah.
that doesn't mean that the traps don't exist, and Chris has you covered in this situation, and there is a pay jump that will exist when
Yes.
when Danny gets busted at some frequency. With that being said, I think that it's kind of what we were talking about, or what Ali was talking about. This is not a situation you'd expect yourself. Like, this is a mystery bounty final table where there's someone playing a flat in a situation that it shouldn't ever really happen. And so it's just weird. It's a weird spot. Good call. Good find by Danny.
Yeah, I
here.
was wondering what he was going to do. It feels really close. Like, I think ace-jack suited is pretty clear.
I think the plan here is call and then fold to shove if Chris shoves. Because he can put enough in the pot here, getting the correct odds, especially considering the bounty. Wow, Chris is finding call also. This is mega spice.
Okay, let's go.
So the big stack wants to tussle. We're going to have ourselves a dry side pot active between Rezai and Moneymaker.
It's hard for Chris to win this.
Yeah, I mean, undercard to the 8s, a dominated 10. He's in awful shape. You see just 12% in a 3-way affair.
The 2 8s are also Chris's straightening cards, including the 8 of hearts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is a tough one.
So 4.5 million chip main pot is complete. 2 spades on the board. 2 deuces as well. Rezai with the flush draw. 8s hanging on. Daniel checks over to Moneymaker. In these dry side pots, when chips enter them, we generally have the sense that the range is strong. However, a check back from Chris, and now a disastrous ace on the turn if you're Danny Tang. Look at the 95% that card gives Rezai here.
I think Rezai finds another check here
Yeah.
also.
Agreed. He has spades, too. I mean,
Yeah, it's so clean.
okay.
Now the nut flush comes right on in.
What are you hoping to get called by? I guess if Chris also happens to have an ace.
Yeah, I think he's trying to get called by like the ace-x suited cards. Like
Yeah.
ace, if Chris somehow has ace-5, ace-6 suited, that shows up here randomly.
You be bluffing? If not, you
Yeah, I like the small sizing too.
Oh, your ace is good on you.
And you saw Danny go, could you possibly be bluffing? Clearly, that barrel into a dry side always leaves 8s with doubts.
Big pot.
17 of hearts.
$114,000 plus some points toward the Ivan Liao Player of the Year award for Danny Tang here at the last stop of the season as he tries to ward off those that nip at his heels.
Do the bounties count for the Player of the Year?
No points for bounties.
Got it.
I thought the flop was 10 high at first. I thought
That'd be so dirty if somebody just pulled like a 400K bounty and beat you in the Player of the Year award from just stone luck.
I completely agree.
So out the door goes a whole lot of intensity and a whole lot of titles. One Danny Tang, who always brings every ounce of himself to every one of these Triton festivals, leaves nothing behind, but on this occasion leaves behind 6 others to do battle as he collects his second cash of this festival. 2 for 4 already. Second final table as well, but there will be no 6th title here in his 30-second cash. Of dealing with Chris on his left.
I mean, he clicked call with aces in that spot. So I think that that's a part of that, right? He definitely is making adjustments that
Yeah.
he needs to make. This one, for Daniel here, I think you're going to see the Jack-10 for whatever 5 big blinds going for most of it.
Leaves himself 200 back, but 1.3 out. He has been waiting, spectating, finally sensing an opportunity. And again, Lasowski perhaps with one of these, give it a smile, look up at the clock and go, can I find an easier decision than this?
I don't think this one's allowed to call with 2 players behind. I say allowed. You can do whatever you want in poker.
Right.
Yeah, he wants to pull some bounties, he can pull some bounties. Wow, he shoves.
This is also a function of the bounty thing.
Yeah.
As well.
But you don't need to shove here. You can just click call and then fold to shove. Like, what happens when the player behind you shows up with kings? Now you lose the maximum.
Maybe
I have ace.
he's in trouble. I mean, the small blind only had like 3 million, but he could definitely fold to the big blind. The
Yeah.
big blind had like 5.
Exactly.
Pardon me?
Did you look at both of them? You saw the ace.
No, right.
You did look.
But it's also a final table, so maybe you're supposed to shove more. You know, I'm unclear if this is correct or not correct. I'm not gonna make any definitive claims.
So we're in here for 3.75 million. Daniel Lasowski.
No, it's too much. I think the rest.
At
You do get a
risk.
lot of fold. You do get some pretty strong hands to fold.
You really
by
do.
shoving there.
Oof.
Because those stacks feel ICM. Here's a shorter stack already all in.
Ace high flop. Lasowski throwing the bounty over there. It gets returned to sender, and then the gut shot.
Yeah, keep it in your hand. Keep it in your
It's
hand.
over here. Like you're gonna time it right.
The dark arts on display here. Lasowski is saying, "Don't you do it."
Oh.
6 on the end as Razai fails to find Nina. And the gridlock of 6-handed play has been broken. Lasowski, the beneficiary. And finally, a smile that is associated with a pot for that young man.
Daniel
Daniel
played really
Razai
well.
never really got anything going, boys. Just sat back, finally found a spot, went with it. At least he had a little bit of a sweat. But in the end, what he'll have is $156,000 to add to his career Triton totals.
I think he played very well.
The 6th place finish.
Yeah. Sometimes it's your turn to die, and he folded as much as he could. The card distribution wasn't in his favor, but he didn't get out of line. He didn't become impatient. You just have to lose in poker tournaments sometimes, and I think that Daniel did his absolute best to maximize.
Hossein Ensan in his camp, on hand to console the young man. He's fit for it, though. Been down this path before. 2nd straight final table here in Montenegro. 8th in the 30K. 6th here. And he leaves behind 5 to do battle. Ooh, I like him.
Recently at the final table of the Poker Go mixed event,
Okay.
me and Dan Zach were having a conversation because he sweats his cards as much as possible.
Really?
And I just rip them over. And he said that it would hurt his heart to not sweat in these. It's like we're playing triple draw, like 1 draw left, all in spots, and I'm just ripping them over without even thinking about it. And he said it hurt. He said it hurt him physically.
The story is hurting me, actually, as well, Dylan, because we didn't take to these mixed game streets because we were looking for that lack of suspense. In fact, it is exactly that,
Yeah.
which, like moths to a flame, lures us in.
Speaking of luring, King Jack offsuit. It's really interesting when you have the short stack still existing, and I believe that Zhu is in the big blind, and so Dylan is shoving here to try to capture the bounty, and I think that Lasowski is going to be aware of that. Normally, as we said, in a classical tournament, this fold would be pretty trivial because you don't think that Dylan's going to be shoving when there's a 3 big blind stack. But now that the bounty's in play, the ace-2 suited becomes available as a combination. Like that means that maybe king-10 suited and all those are available as well.
Yeah, wow.
A jam, the play.
Also, we have to realize these blinds have been going up and players aren't quite as deep. I mean, Dylan has 11 blinds. It's significant, but it's not a lot.
As you gets to fold here and possibly
Yeah.
get a ladder.
That's sick.
A golf.
Just 3 big blinds deep. Samuel Zhu is clearly rooting against the shorter stacked Dylan Lind in this collision. Lind, a 3-2 favorite. Lasowski looking to pad his chip lead.
Yeah, but King Jack off. It does feel lightish.
It does.
Oh, and what it feels like is about to bring us to 4 players on a King 7-6 board. Can Dylan find a diamond or an ace? No, and take the whole thing off the board. Top 2 pair, rendering the river inconsequential and rendering Dylan Lind eliminated in 5th place. Respect being shown there. $202,000 once he visits the pay desk. But that'll be it for Dylan's run Did find a few ladders, though.
Did. It's definitely a tale of two emotions here because Dylan, it feels really bad to knock at the next ladder in this situation, especially where if Lasowski folds that spot, he gets I believe he gets no, he doesn't get the bust out, but at least he's not dead, right? And now you have the pay jump for Zhu, where he had one big blind left. So getting a pay jump with one big blind is a phenomenal feeling at a poker table.
Tell me about it. Not lost on Samuel Zhu. Is that good fortune? As Dylan does add to his career Triton total, which coming into this one was 832,000, so he's breached the 7-figure mark. Over $1 million in earn on the Triton Super High Roller Series. 10th career cash here at his 4th ever Triton Festival. $250,000 plus on lockup now for the remainder of the field. The pay jump up to 3rd, just about 60 grand. Ace Queen suited for Lasowski, heating up.
And just as a reminder, what is the average amount of the equity of a bounty?
$64,000.
64. That's
We've reached equilibrium in terms of pay ladder and envelope EV.
Using a big opening sizing here as Lasowski into
1.1.
into the second place stack of Kuznetsov, looking like he wants to deny equity and the bounty opportunity. Not lost on Kuznetsov, by the way. An ace-5 offsuit is a combination that could find some aggression. Like, I don't think the fold is showing up, but the shove is very in play.
Samuel has called off, understandably, with ace-jack. His problems are self-evident. Kuznetsov is going to have some problems of his own. Rips it and runs in to Lasowski.
Ace queen? I'm actually rooting for you to get the bounties, I guess, now.
Triple up with jacks.
wow. Chris Moneymaker could just slide into second here.
Why not?
I mean, he's supposed to,
Go.
kind of. 55% of the time.
On his feet, despite not being a part of this three-way altercation where the bulk of the biscuits are on the side. 20 million plus, is it? This feels a bit rich, but indeed, it is a very beefy side pot. Just shy of 2 million in the main. The ace-queen slated to scoop it until the jack-high board. Zhu has the lead. Double gutter for ace-queen. Issues for Kuznetsov on the hunt for a diamond, and instead it's a 7. Kuznetsov now drawing dead. Side pot.
Jack on the river.
Claimed by Lasowski. Not the main, however, as Samuel Zhu will so improbably experience a second ladder. First off of 3 bigs, then off of a single big. Breathless is Weissman here in the booth. And certainly, so is Kuznetsov, and before him, Dylan Lind. Out in 4th. Who could have seen this coming?
This feels awful if you're in Kuznetsov's seat.
Yeah, somehow he went out 4th here. Juice laddered again.
Okay, but let's
I mean,
unpack
that's
Kuznetsov's decision here, boys, with the ace-5 offsuit.
It's a very logical candidate to take as a shove. I think that
Does he need to shove? What if you make it 3 million? And just let yourself get rebluffed occasionally, sometimes knock him out? I don't know.
I'm unclear as well. I'm not going to claim that the shove is the optimal spot, the optimal approach. I do think that you are supposed to play all-ins with those combinations because you want like the king-queen, queen-jack, jack-10, all of those types of combos that can maybe call, especially in the bounty dynamic, to like maybe the number's not 3 million, maybe the number is 3.6 fold to shove. But even though it's first and second place, we were sub 30 bigs. I'm unclear as to whether or not that's correct, but Kuznetsov is a very good player and obviously feels terrible when you run into the buzzsaw because that's very unlikely that once there is the call all in that the ace-queen suit is just going to show up.
Well, I don't know where the nearest seismograph is here in Montenegro, but note that that pot certainly was registered. An earthquake which shakes out Nikita Kuznetsov ahead of Samuel Zhu, who is hanging around 5 bigs deep $250,000 plus collected by Nikita, but I suspect just kind of a cavalier attitude. You know, it can be a little steamy. Just ask one David Oppenheim.
Yeah, that's valid. I will also say that if one card is adjusting your entire bankroll like that, Ollie, we have different problems than the dealers. Second, the
Oh, you said you were a DGen.
yeah, no, it's no, we all know that you. Wait, did he just shove Jack 3 offsuit? Yeah.
The answer is yes.
And it's getting a call. It looks like.
Yeah, bounty.
And the first time in a long time Samuel Jew's had anybody covered.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have one yet. I think that this is going in. Or I believe he doesn't have one yet. Don't want to say that definitively.
This is a very ambitious shove by Moneymaker on the button. Jack 3 offsuit.
Is this a YOLO? Is this a Leroy?
This is a Leroy.
This is a YOLO. There feels like a little bit of impatience from Chris.
Yeah.
And you know, he's been playing a lot of poker. This is probably the maximum amount of hours he's played in a long time. We all lose patience at points, or maybe not Steven Chidwick, but you know, us humans will
Yeah,
sometimes
we're talking about mortals.
lose patience at some point. This one is on the ambitious side, and I think Chris would probably say that as well.
Is there really this much thought required with this King 10 against 3.1?
I don't.
You
I'm
know
not
what?
gonna, yeah.
I think that it's easy for us to say, oh, look, he has Jack 3. Obviously, he should call. But I don't think Samuel thinks Chris is shoving this wide. If he's putting Chris on a more normal shoving range here where they're both kind of waiting, Chris knows that if he's called by either one, they have incentive by the bounty. So maybe his range is actually slightly tighter than, let's say, this normal ICM spot, not in a bounty. Maybe his range, because the bounty is supposed to be slightly tighter, it makes the King 10 close. I'm not saying it's not a call, but it's a decision. If he calls this and loses, he's back down to 2 big blinds. So I think these are the things he's thinking. And, you know, like I would bet King 9 off as a fold. How about that? So even if this is a call.
It's close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he does slam it
I didn't
in.
want that.
Goodbye.
You see Chris immediately
Oh!
recognizing
It's the best chance I have.
No.
it would have been better to just
Still
pull that pot in. But now,
I'm still gonna win.
I mean, maybe it's not a fold against Moneymaker, King 9 off if Moneymaker's shoving this wide. But I just like, let's say everyone was
Okay, one
playing
time,
whatever
no luck
theoretical
for
is.
Mr. Moneymaker.
I don't know. I'd wager maybe King 9 off as a fold.
Part of the game here.
Bro, you already have a trophy.
the
King on the
boys are
floor.
on their feet.
What's the pay jump from third to
6.9.
second?
In the middle,
Keep the board
2
low. but
deuces and a 6.
And I get my first bounty.
41,000, Rast. That's your answer.
Yeah, it's a lot of money.
Yes.
Turn
One
is
more.
no jack, no 3.
5 is good.
Samuel can taste a ticket to heads-up play. Can Moneymaker hit what he needs yet again in this one? No.
GG.
GG's issued. As it is the end of the road for the man who drove so much of the conversation here at the booth, the speculation, the
My
action,
first mystery bounty. Let's go!
and confirmed that is Samuel Jew's first bounty, and it's the one he collects to bring himself to heads up. Who would have thought this possible when we were at 5 big blinds and there were 5 remaining? It is Samuel Jew who will be squaring off with Artyom Lasowski. Absent Chris Moneymaker, who is showered in third place. Always entertaining. Not able to collect a second title, but obviously will be collecting a healthy payout. $311,000. Leaving the boys.
They're not in their comfort zone.
Ace King suited, definitely a comfort zone of sorts for Lasowski. 8-5 suited, played as a limp.
They're about, what, 20 blinds, just a smidge over. So it's like 3x just over 3x.
Yeah, like that zone.
Right.
Up we go. 1-7 in total. Extra 1.2 on request. With 10 million back, when we limp and we face raises of this sizing, are we obligated to continue?
We are with 8-5 suited.
Yeah, you're going to have a lot more worse hands than this. This is kind of a big fold. I mean, it's a bit uncomfortable for sure, but it does feel like you're obligated to call.
Yeah, and if you're leaving, a hand like ace-5 in your limp shove or ace-5-0 anyway, what 5x do you really have? This is a little bit of board coverage too. You want to be able to cover the low boards and not just have the queen 9-0s, jack 8-0s in your limp call.
So added investment
100 more? Sorry.
brings the pot to 3.9 million. And an 8 in the window, no ace and no king behind it, but a couple of diamonds. Note that Lasowski still has better equity despite being behind at present.
I would not consider this a particularly good flop for Lasowski's range against Sam's range. You heard me mentioning the queen 9, jack 8. A lot of those mid cards, Sam's doing quite well on this board in his limp call range.
2 million. A prompt follow-through from Artyom.
Yeah, just going half pot. It's almost like he's sizing this for 2 streets here.
Yeah, this is it's an interesting bet because optimistically maybe you get a call from a 6 or an 8 and you get them to fold the turn, but you're just ahead a lot here. If Artyom is ISOing some garbage, 4-2 occasionally, he's got to play some checks here. This might be a really nice hand to check flop.
8s and 5s on the turn for Samuel Ju. Was wondering whether or not that dangler would produce added equity, and instead it produces 2 pair. So now Lasowski take the ace and king off the board. And he's just going to rip it in here.
Exciting
Sam,
moment.
no hesitation, making the call and poised to double.
Wow, the 8 and the 5 are both the non-diamond pairs, so that's 2 more outs gone.
Wait.
7 outs in total for Artyom. If he can find a diamond, this 21.4 goes his way, along with first place money and a first ever Triton
Black card,
title.
please.
Here it is, first ever
Please.
Triton Festival. River is red, but it is not a diamond. And you can see energetically the deflation on Lasowski. There it is. Samuel flips the script on this heads-up match.
Would have been a much tougher spot, I think, for Samuel on the turn with many other cards. But the 5, just such a gin card for him. Locked in.
Yeah,
So
right.
this is the new situation,
Yep.
Let's see what we could make happen.
That's great, and I think something definitely to take away for those of us that struggle with these sorts of things, maybe earlier on in our careers.
I would say, like, let's say Artyom, doesn't recover and then, goes out in 10 minutes. If that's me, maybe after I lose, you remember this pot and you're like, wow, what a huge pot. I could have won
Absolutely.
it there. But, when you're playing, you can't really let yourself do that. That's all, the digestion and process you can go through after you're done,
Yeah.
away from the table.
Keep it at the
Exactly.
post-mortem.
I think, and I know we've got a pot brewing here.
Yeah, King-Queen against King-10 taking us upstairs is Artyom with the dominating holding, as you did play the button. As a limp jam, in fact, Jaffe. A little bit of a furrowed brow on your face.
Yeah, you're doing really bad if Artyom has one of his legitimate ISOs, and you're doing really well if he's got one of his, loose 10-2 off type ISOs. So don't really understand the jam so much.
Just a great hand to call.
Exactly.
Boys, I don't know if
Yeah.
maybe I have more of that perspective, but perhaps it's a lick of the lips and maybe I can taste a title. Unfortunately, this King 10 is dominated and behind on a King 8-4 board. Note the presence of the two clubs, but might this relinquishing of the chip lead be short-lived for the Belarusian?
One more club.
On the turn,
Let's go.
5 of clubs. Can Lasowski hold? Yes. Exhale,
Swing.
young
what
man.
a swing. He didn't have to feel that pain for very long. What are they going to look like?
Interesting. And that's an equivalent and analogous sort of departure from everything other than heads up in terms of the differences.
An attempt at one, anyways.
Yeah, no, but I mean, obviously, when you do picture it, you're like, yeah, I don't know LeBron's doing how he's doing on skates, but you know, sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, three-handed is closer to five-handed than it is to heads up.
Okay,
Yeah.
interesting.
Because you have the same button, small, big blind, yet you're just cutting out these two spots, and sure, that's a significant difference, but that structure is already different than the heads-up structure. So I think three-handed is closer to five. I don't
Yeah,
know.
Samuel does have a pretty clear call here with Jack 10-0. But
Yep.
it's tough.
So often we don't expect Jack High to be good. Little does he know that he's dominating in this spot. Just 10 bigs back. 2 invested.
There it is.
And he does make the
Nice
call.
call.
He doesn't appear thrilled with it, but he will be once he sees Jack Trey.
Jack 10 gegen Bube 3.
Rocking back and forth. Are both parties, by the way. Look at this. The weight of the moment. Right down
Oh,
into the arches of their feet.
that's somewhat definitive flop right there.
4%. Just the running threes.
Ooh.
Heart
card.
draw.
Leg card,
Check
please.
that. 18% for Lasowski.
They're so expressive. I love it.
River. Wipe the sweat
Sit
off your
back
brow.
down.
Take a seat, Mr. Zhu.
Let's go.
Pretty close to even. Sam's down 2.5 mil.
You know what? I can get behind it. It's kind of that bar stooly sort of approach, right? Like,
The evolution of advertising.
Yes.
That's an interesting story.
sure. Pocket queens here for Lasowski, who awaits Samuel. Button limp.
So he was, what, 3.5x on his last ISO, and that was similar depth?
I think I think it was 3.4 if I
Okay.
remember. He made it 1.7 on 500K.
Yep.
And that was the Ace King 8-5 hand where Samuel doubled.
2 million. Even.
3.3 here. Wow.
8-6. Hanging in. Obviously, we like to play our buttons, but this is a problem. Middle pair on a jack high flop, over pair for Lasowski. How much more will Samuel potentially lose unimproved in this one? At least that much. 1.5 million. The C-bet sizing.
So this time he's going third pot, basically, which is, I mean, this board, if I'm trying to remember the other one, isn't that dissimilar. I think the other was like Queen 8-6. It's not too dissimilar. He's actually going smaller here. Queen 8-6 flush draw, Jack 6-3, a little different.
9 of clubs on the turn after Sam flats. 7-6 in the middle.
Yeah, this is a kind of spot where if they weren't heads up, you could imagine, you know, say button versus big blind in a 3-bet pot. A lot of jamming here for this SPR. But,
3.5.
yeah, that's a much more reasonable approach.
$3.5 million. Sub half pot. Second overcard to the sixes on board. Two-tone texture.
Extremely tough spot for Sam.
Quite a few straight draws also present. The 8 blocking some combos.
Yeah, double flush draw, a lot of straight draws.
Yeah, and he does not have a diamond or a club in hand.
Interestingly enough, I don't know that the 8 blocks much in Artyom's ISO range. Generally, I would see that, but the 8-10, not a common ISO from a non-heads-up player. The 8-7, very unlikely. Queen 8 also. Those all seem like they're going to check in the big blind a lot.
Sage points as the relevance diminished courtesy of the pre-flop actions. Running nines, and this is a very dry development.
Wow.
Bluff catching will be the task for these sixes in the face of a third barrel, which could very well be for all of it.
I mean, all of it is less than half the pot. It's like
Right.
about 40%.
Yeah. This is a decision for Samuel Ju's tournament life. He has already invested $2 million pre, 1.5 on the flop, another 3.5 on the turn, a total of $7 million. Half of his stack coming into this one. But if he can't step away from that investment,
Can I get a call?
it's going to be all over.
Is this where you would rub the lamp?
You know, the only part of this hand, turn is difficult, could maybe fold, and pre-flop, I don't know, pre-flop feels dicey to me. I mean, heads up, is we defending 8-6 off here?
That was the exact border, and I would suspect it was a fold.
Yeah, okay.
It might be a mix.
Okay. Yeah, it feels dicey. And then
But, you know, if it's not a good call, it's not a good call by such a small
Yeah.
margin that whatever.
yeah, those are the two spots. I mean, as played when you get here on the river, I don't know, like you probably call.
Yeah, I'm calling.
Yeah.
You know, at this point, I don't know that he has enough data points to know if Artyom's, you know, finding 5-4-0, 4-2-0, 5-2-0 ISOs from the big, but
Yeah.
those are our most likely bluffs. Maybe a 7-5 as well, 7-4. And, you know, if he's using half of those offsuit combos, this is just such a slam dunk call. How often is this going to be like King Jack or better?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how much, but, you know, also his unpaired card there isn't a club or a diamond, which I suppose is slightly good as well.
Against many players, I'm probably like snapping this off in Sam's shoes and
Yeah.
fist pumping before the cards turn over.
Yeah, it really, unfortunately for Sam, because as we can see, clicking call is devastating to him.
Yeah, just like I'm saying, to me, this is actually, I think the easiest of all the streets was the flop, and then this is next, and then to me, the two toughest streets were actually pre-flop and turn.
Yep.
Ironically enough, the fold feels more wrong than right, even though, as we can see, it would allow Samuel to fight on.
Yeah.
You want the call?
Yeah, and listen, when you're playing poker, you can never take, like, this is a situation, you're sitting across the table from a human being who's giving off energy, and sometimes you just don't make the right technical play for all the right reasons.
I think Sam asked, do you want me to call? Was that what he said a moment ago?
I don't know if he
Looking
got a
for some
response.
energy to rub out
Yeah.
there. Go to the lamp, Sam. It's there. Use it.
Call is made, and this one's over. Artyom Lasowski has won the 40K mystery bounty. Samuel Ju left with second. Well, he gave it all he had, boys. $452,000 richer for the effort, and obviously it's going to be an evaluation
That's awesome. He's so happy.
Lasowski beaming, $669,000 richer.
Wow.
What a seesaw heads up. A lot of back and forth, really.
Third ever Triton event for that young man. 0 for 2 in the 25K and the 30K. And as they say, third time is a charm. Marianella heads over for a handshake. She's going to prep that interview, is my guess. There is how things shook out. Chidwick, Tang, Rezai, Lind, Kuznetsov, Moneymaker, who was hunting his second title already this festival. And then, as you saw just now, Ju and Lasowski divvying up the lion's share of the $3 million total prize pool. That look brought to you.
Idea.
Well, there comes a
Let's go,
time
Ali.
at every single Triton Super High Roller Series Festival where all of the Game 3 optimal and all of the skill gives way to a little bit of gamble. I am, of course, talking about the mystery bounty draw. That's what we're up to right now. It was a $40,000 buy-in event. Half of the total, over $6 million that was collected for the prize pool, is stuffed into 48 envelopes in this box. 16 people were fortunate enough to collect some bounties, alongside our tournament director, Luca Vivaldi, who has broken the envelopes down as follows. We do have one top prize of $400,000, two $200,000 envelopes, 5 $100,000 envelopes. Those will all be gold. Then you have the smaller payouts, and there's going to be more of those in this box than the big ones. 8 60K envelopes and a 31 envelope 40K prize. That's what's in here. That's what everybody's looking to avoid. So we'll see how it plays out. Now, even though there was 47 players to start day 2 when the bounties began, we have 48 envelopes in here, and that's because one of those envelopes is worth how much, Luca?
Big zero.
Zippo. But we're not that cruel. It is a draw again. Obviously, we'll look to squeeze, and everybody at home will squeeze along with us. So, to get things kicked off, we will welcome one Dylan Lind to the box. Come on down, Dylan. You do have 2 draws. Redeem your tokens.
Okay.
Do you have a strategy, sir?
Praying.
Praying?
Yes.
Okay, a little bit of religion at work. Fine.
Well, I didn't say to who, but praying.
Okay, to the altar of the box we step. Reach right on in.
Yeah, that one.
Okay. You want to give it? You want to pick
You want
both
me to go
first?
on it? No,
Up to you.
I'll go one at a time.
All right, one at a time. I like the tactics here. Okay. Squeezing, it's white, guys. Everybody's happy. It's white. Yeah, there you go. Hey. And 40K. All right. It's a reasonable stuff. Now they're happy. They didn't even want him to get the 60. How cruel is this crew?
Right? What are your friends for? You
Yeah,
know?
right.
Oh, yeah, that one.
That one feels heavy?
That one. Oh my God, I can barely lift.
You want to make everyone sad?
Yeah. Oh God, yeah. Yeah.
He's squeezing. Up top, up top.
Sorry.
Give us a look.
No.
Uh-oh.
I'm putting this one back.
No refunds. White, 40K again. That means there's only 29 of those remaining. Yes, everyone's very proud of Dylan. Next up, Danny Tang. Danny, you think you can do better?
I'm not doing it myself.
Oh, who have you brought? Kiat Lee. So, Kiat, I don't know how to say this.
Feel it. I'll do this.
Okay, so who else is? Oh, okay. Who's this that you're bringing?
Girlfriend.
Girlfriend, what's her name?
Katie.
Katie, come on down. Who do you want to go first, Danny?
Rock, paper, scissors. You go first. Lady first. Lady first.
Wow, did you just leave rock? I don't think Kiat was ready for that. Note, by the way, that Kiat finished second in that particular exchange. I'm sorry, I had to say it. I know. Okay, now, here she comes. You have 2 bounties, Danny? Why didn't you want to do it yourself?
I don't know. They wanted to do it, so.
Okay, she's been very dedicated. All right, here we go. Reach into the box. Okay.
We need to find gold.
Open.
We need to see gold. Not white. Not white. What gold? You have to look at it. Gold. Oh, slowly. Gold.
Uh-oh. White. GG, says Danny. Keep going, keep going. 40,000. Nowhere. Yeah, everybody's happy. Nowhere to go but up, though, Danny. Kiat, now you don't have any pressure.
Do I?
No, because she took 40, so you can only chop with her. Okay. Here we go. Up, up, over, squeeze.
I'm only coming to see if it's. Wait. Wait. It's white. This is what? This is not gold. I'm sorry.
White, 60. All right, 100 extra thousand for Danny Tang. Next up, let's keep it moving. Stephen Chidwick, where are you, sir? Comes on down. Is it a single token we're redeeming? Bounty number 3. Who did you bust for this one?
Jason.
Jason Kuhn. Do you feel like maybe that means it's got a little bit more behind it?
Changing of the tides,
Perhaps.
maybe.
All right, let's step up. Stevie's got his envelope. Here we go.
That was good, right?
It looks sort of good. We don't know yet. It's gold. How gold is it? Hang on, hang on.
What are the options? 400, 200?
100, 200, and 400.
Okay, so I don't need to sweat this one. Looks like a 2.
That doesn't look like a 1. It is $200,000. Congratulations to Stephen Chidwick. 1 bounty, 200K. So 1 more 200K left, 1 400K left, and all 5 of the 100Ks intact. Daniel Razai, where are you, sir? Come on down. Slide over, boys. Slide over. All right. Daniel, how many bounties do we have?
We have 4.
Okay. And are you drawing them all yourself?
Hossein gets the first one. If he pulls gold, he can continue.
Ah, okay. No pressure, Hossein. All right.
Let's go.
Let's go, he says. How do you say 400,000 in German?
400,000.
400,000? Ich?
400,000. Ich.
Pulling, squeezing, looking. Uh-oh, I've got a sneak preview. It's not.
Looks like a heavy one.
It's not white.
What?
It's
Whoa.
gold.
Whoa.
Hang on.
Come on.
Come here.
Come on. Slowly.
Squeeze.
Slowly.
Ich.
Slow.
Minimum 100. 400,000! Rezai takes the wind out of the entire room. Former World Series of Poker main event champ, Hossein and San. By the way, he gets to keep drawing, just remember. Wow, notice how nobody's clapping anymore in the back. Lots of sad faces. We have 3 more to go. Reach in. No pressure now. You just open. My goodness. By the way, Hossein is for hire, guys, if anybody else wants to use him for the draws. Okay.
Come on, one more gold.
One more gold you want?
Yeah, let's go. Slowly. Greed is good.
Bring it up. Okay. White. Let's go. Give me the damn thing. Here we go. 60,000. Let's go. Keep it moving. 60,000. 460 in total already for Rezai. You're actually thinking about it. Amazing. On the first go. Bring it up. Let us sweat. Okay. Do you open your own mail at home? Just out of curiosity. No, right? White. 40,000. Okay, next one. He's been tagged out. He did good, though. He did good. Deserves a big hug. Okay, Rezai. There is one envelope sticking up over there. It looked like it was maybe calling your name. Don't blame me. I don't know.
I will blame you.
No, don't do it. Mix it in. Uh-oh. Pressure's on.
On recommendation of the other person.
Oh, no. East. White. Vice envelope. 60. Okay, I did okay. Up top, nicely done. And we have a total of $560,000 for Mr. Rezai. Well done, my friend. Let's keep it moving now. Zarzubov. Where are you? Zubov. There he is. He's coming. Oh, wait a minute. I heard a noise in the room, and apparently it's because you brought a lucky charm?
Very lucky pig.
Very lucky pig. Okay, Ramin, are you drawing too?
Yeah, I'm drawing for him.
You're drawing for him? Okay, so first one for Hajiev. Come on down. You can't see through the envelopes, Ramin.
You think so? Okay, let's see.
All right. First one of how many in total? 3. Oh, you're doing a personal sweat? 40,000. Okay, no problem. It's okay because he didn't have the pig. No, does the pig sniff for truffles? Okay. 2 more left for Zubov. All right, I'll hold the pig. $40K. All right, one last one. Maybe talk to the pig.
Maybe.
Okay. All right, here we go. Okay, yeah. 40,000, 120K. Okay, congrats. Keep it moving. What do we have now? Looks like Orpin Kisachikoglu. There he is. No pig?
No pig.
Pig didn't do so good.
I'm a Muslim, so.
Ah, yes, I understand. I can sympathize with these things. How many do we have? 2 bounties to be redeemed. Now, this gentleman, as you recall, had 1 bounty and picked up 400,000. You famously asked me a question right before.
How many bounties did I need
to pull the 400K. Not available, but with 2 bounties, we do have a 200K still in play and 5 100Ks. Reach on in, Orpin.
Let's see. So many envelopes.
There's still plenty to go, but there's only a few golds left. Sure. All right.
Let's see.
So hold it up for us. Go the other way. Go the other. Oh, you sneak previewed it for yourself. Are you smiling? Hang on. It's white. I don't know, is it? 40. 40,000 for Orpin. Halfway home. Nowhere to go but up. White.
Well,
40 as well. 80,000 for Orpin. Still above EV. Lifetime at Triton. Mystery bounties. Okay. Artyom Lasowski. I got to advise everybody, if you want to take a break, hang out, feel free to do it now, because this man has, I've never actually asked for a count when somebody comes up with bounties. 12 total bounties. Unprecedented. And Marianello's going to be pulling one. First?
Yes.
First. Okay. No pressure.
I negotiated this last night.
Well, what? Free of charge? I mean, what kind of negotiation are we talking about? Do you have a percentage?
It's really messy in here. Hold on.
Here we go.
What a moment. Okay.
Now, you did the interview with Artyom last night, and when you spoke to me, you talked about how excited he was.
He was so... First of all, he was concerned because the trophy left the area, and then I had to remind him that Luca had to, we had to get it shining and beautiful.
You're looking to add to the excitement here.
All right, let's do this.
What color do we have? Hang on, you know the procedure.
It's so anticlimactic.
It's white, but maybe it's 60. It is! 60,000. Okay. We only have 11 more. Step on up. Who else is coming? Okay. One more. Number 25. Redeemed. Step forward.
25, it's a very lucky number,
Damir Jugralin says 25 is very lucky.
I guess this one will be gold. Yeah.
Okay. Here we go. What color? White. Maybe 60? No, 40. All right, so far 100K. All right, your turn. Come on. Here we go. Slow or fast? Slow. Gold. Zero. Draw again. It's okay. Doesn't count against you. Okay, keep going. Gold. And it won't be zero. How much? At least 100K. Maybe 200. 100,000. Okay, not bad so far. We have 200,000 total for Artyom. 8 draws remaining. This one was open already.
This fast.
Fast. 40,000, that's why. He knew. 7 remaining. 240K so far. All right, 280K. Not that long ago, 40,000 would have been a real win, right? Let's maintain perspective. Let's maintain gold, perhaps. No, white. 40. Okay. Guys, he found the 40s. He's finding the 40s. Everybody, All right. White. 40. Here we go. 360,000 you have so far.
1 gold.
1 wide.
White.
40,000. You want big scramble? Big shuffle, maybe? Big scramble? Okay. All right. Gold. Is it 100,000? Is it 200,000? Only one 200 is left. But this isn't that. 100K. Nice, he says. And he still has how many draws left, Luca? 3 total draws still remaining. 1 200K left in there, along with 3 100s. Artyom's the only player to pick up 100s, and he's got another gold. How much can I buy this for? 40K? 200, he says. Wow. 100. It's a scam.
No,
All right.
nice, nice.
Last? 2 more, right? 2 more. 2 more.
2 more?
Yeah, yeah. Draw again. 0. You go again. White.
White.
40. Okay. Now the last one. No pressure. Lasowski, here it is. First ever Triton Super High Roller Series. Took the title in the event. Ripped through a quarter of the field on day 2. Rips open this envelope, and it's white. So one last $40,000 bounty, a total of $680,000 going to Artyom. Congratulations to you, sir. And we will keep it moving. A fresh face, Nikita Kuznetsov. It is your turn. Come on down, sir. 7 total bounties. Let's take a look. Yes, he's redeeming them all. Any strategy? No. No GTO. Go ahead, reach in. Take the first. Alexander's watching. You buy a piece of the envelopes? Or 40K. 6 more.
Katya?
Katya. Nikita's wife. Please, please. No pressure.
Yeah, I'm nervous. Okay.
Katya grabs an envelope. Oh, this one is ready to go.
Okay, let's see.
First, you want the color?
Yellow, of course.
Ah, white. 40,000. Okay. Now who? Okay, Zarzubov. Coming back. The pig didn't work good.
Okay, okay.
No pig.
Okay.
No pressure.
Okay.
Here we go. For Nikita Kuznetsov. He draws 40,000. Honestly, mystery bounty is not your best game. I'm just going to let you know. All right. How many do we have left now? 4? Now who's coming?
My friend.
Your friend who?
Eugene.
Eugene? Eugene. Okay, Eugene. What did you just say?
I said, Jesus Christ, give me some lucky, please.
All right. Other way, other way. Here we go. Now it's easier.
Oh, that's white. Yep, I saw it.
You saw it. It's white, but maybe it's 60. Hang on. 40,000 by Eugene. Nikita, your horses are not doing so great so far. Now who's coming? Ah, Sturm. I'm sorry? 40, yes. Okay, Leon.
You know, Nikita was shrugging his shoulders as in he doesn't have a strategy, but clearly he was very putting in a lot of thought into who he wants to draw.
Well, I don't think it was good thought so far.
Not so far, but I'm a professional at this.
But now you're going to draw for yourself, right?
I know, I'm technically I'm anti-railing this a little bit, but Nikita's a good guy, so let's see if we can get a gold here.
So white, it's either 40 or 60. 40,000? What's going on, Nikita? We can't find gold.
I'm a professional at this.
Leon still claims to be a pro. Variance is rough. Okay, all right, Katya. One more try. Oh, it's 2 envelopes? No, 1. Okay.
Let's be 200. No?
White. 60. Okay, you did better. Finally. 1 draw left for Kuznetsov. Big mix. Can he find gold? Oh no, 40. I knew I should have brushed my teeth. Okay, 40,000, no good, but that's okay. Plenty of extra added to his already handsome total, 300,000 for Kuznetsov. Okay, next up, Sam Grafton will be drawn for by our very own Tiana of the Triton Super High Roller Series event staff. She reaches in. This is Tiana's home turf, by the way.
Yeah, finally.
Uh-oh. Maybe it's 60? 40,000. There are 3 60Ks left, 8 40Ks left, 2 100Ks, and 1 200K envelope. Maybe this one will be better. Somewhere Sam Grafton is sweating this one out. White. 40K. All right, another 80,000 to Squiddy so far. 3 total?
One more.
Last one?
Hope he's not regretting now.
What does she have? White again. 40,000 again, 120K in total. Tiana's going to come back, though. She's going to have a chance at redemption on behalf of someone else. Anson Yu has been so patient. Now, if we want to know what we still have up here, Luca's going to be drawing for Anson. 1 200K gold envelope, 2 100Ks, 3 60Ks, 5 40Ks. That's what remains in this box. So, Luca, you're going to draw for Anson? Okay. Don't mess this up.
Try my best.
Actually, everybody back here wants you to mess this up.
I'm very impartial.
Nacho is threatening to have a problem if you pull 200K. I know at least one person that's hoping you do. That's Anson Yu. White.
40K.
No problem. 40K, even better, I'm sure, says Nacho. So.
You still believe my integrity now as a terrain director? Thank you.
All right, next up we have Leon Sturm. He managed to pull a white envelope earlier, but I imagine he's also saving all of his talents for himself.
Perhaps, but it's a bit of a problem. Now we actually have good chances of drawing something big, so there's some expectation, I can't lie.
The box's EV is quite high right now.
Exactly. But that also opens you up to get disappointed a little bit. So let's see.
White. 60. Could be worse. An extra 20 over the minimum cash. This is your second and final pull.
Oh, dramatic.
Can you find gold? It's stuck. Oh, it is. Gold. Either 1 or 200,000, Leon. What are you feeling?
And it's 2 100 left?
There's 2 100s and 1 200 left.
Well, then statistically speaking, I'm feeling the 100, but no, this might be good.
200,000! Every now and again we get there. Every now and again we get there.
I told you I was talented at this.
He did save himself from any 40Ks, a total of 260,000 for Leon. Congratulations to you. So then, Danilo Velasevic, come on down. How many do we have? 2? Okay, please step forward. There is still 2 100K envelopes available, 2 60s, 4 40s. White, 60. Could be worse. He's got 2 total bounties. This is the second and final. Quick, efficient, and golden. This is going to be 100K. Pull it on out. There it is. 160,000. Congratulations to you, sir. He can get down with it. So then, now Samuel Ju, not present, will bring Hossein Ensan back to the box for another opportunity. Hossein, what happened last time you came up here?
I don't know.
You forgot already?
I've heard this. Yes, sure.
400,000 is what happened last time you came.
Yeah.
400,000.
100,000 for Samu.
Okay.
Maybe.
Just one opportunity for Samuel. In absentia. Hossein, if you do it again, I would lock my door tonight. Das ist weiß. 40,000. Far less dramatic attempt this time around. We can just tell him he won like 60 and, you know, whatever. Just, you put 20 in. All right, next up, we have Chris Moneymaker. So, no, that's not him. That's Nacho Barbero. Why are you here, Nacho? Chris said you are the luckiest person that he knows?
I might be.
Well, it's TBD.
I might be. I'm probably yeah.
All right, so you're going to take 3 pulls, courtesy of 3 bounties that Chris earned?
Only 100K?
Only 100K.
Okay, perfect. I get it on the first, so I don't have to sweat. I love that. Bro, where are they?
There's less of them in there than earlier.
Not even here. Are they inside? I didn't see anything. I mean, I picked the... I don't fucking know, bro. I'm not used to these things.
You play mixed games. You know how to squeeze. Hang on. Why are you looking yourself? Don't be selfish.
Oh! No.
You didn't even look.
Oh, it could be 60. I forgot.
60,000.
Oh, yes. I forgot it could be 60. I'm just looking for
I remember my first time. Go ahead.
It's the last 60 at least. Chris, I'm doing it for
So, Nacho is correct. That was the last 60K envelope. If it's white, it's worth 40,000. There's 3 of those in there. If it's gold, it's worth 100.
Where are they? Oh, okay. Oh, I found one against the wall. I think it's this one. It was hidden. It was the... Okay, let's go. Let's treat it like in mixed games.
Oh! It's gold. It's a little anticlimactic. And that means 100 dimes will go Nacho's way. I don't know how to tell you guys this, but everything that's left in here is worth 40K. Here, yeah, 40 for you. Congrats, Nacho. Next up, we bring to the stage Anvar Muratov.
Just talk about my integrity. Can we please open the envelope that you...
Okay. I get to hold this.
Right, Ali, let's see. Not this way, please. Don't be selfish. Come on now.
Maybe it'll be gold.
Squeeze it in.
If it's gold, you're really going to be unhappy.
Correct.
It's white. I know it's white. It's 40K.
Oh, it's 40K. Well done.
Do I get to go?
Now you do this better.
All right. Let's bring up Anvar Muratov. Tiana, you might as well come up as well. Anvar, I'm really sorry. I know. No, he passes. That means I get to go again. Anvar Muratov. They're not wrong about these envelopes, by the way. You want to do it?
Ali, you can check, against the walls or... Yeah, thank you. And the second one.
Where is it? It's against the wall. Okay.
Right, so Ali and Tiana, let's have a real sweat on this. Can you please open it together?
It doesn't matter. This is just to make sure everything is being done properly. So, 40K for Anvar and...
Thanks for supporting my integrity. For Mario Mosbach.
Mario Mosbach will take the last 40K envelope pulled by Tiana. 40K for Anvar as well. Sadly, his mystery bounty experience didn't quite have as much mystery to it as we would have hoped. But obviously, that's the way the cookie crumbles. And at least, it's a cookie worth at least $40,000 every time you take a nibble. So until the next Triton Super High Roller Series, that'll do it. And we did have another bounty event, by the way. So flat bounties, no mysteries, but the players tend to love it. All right, guys, thanks for joining.